be a part of Sunset Boulevard.
It's Wednesday, that's Theron, so it must be pACT. How's it going, everybody? My name is Zach Clayton, president and founder of Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and that crazy thing called the pACT channel. I only say that crazy thing called the pACT channel because, believe me, it's crazy. So, how you all doing out there? Hey, everybody, we want to let you guys know, first off, we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We've got two of my newer partners, two of my great new partners. I love having them here. Susan's been on the show before. This is our first time to be able to speak to Brian. We finally were able to get everything put together and get Brian Roush on, so I'm excited to talk to him. We are going to be talking a little bit about our event that we've got coming up this in August 15th. The purpose is that we really need to start talking about mental health. Okay, do you have anything that you can say in a positive, in a negative light about mental health? Do you have something that when you say it, it's going to help somebody else out? If you do, scan my little friend right here. Book a time with us. We're going to put you on a podcast. We're going to talk to you. August 15th, which just happens to be my second birthday. I turned 8 this year. Woo! Big bad 8. We're going to have a round table, and we're going to discuss all the different ways that we can try to help people. We don't expect everybody to do what we do to get over a cold. So why are we expecting them to do what we do to get over mental illness? We need to make sure that we bring awareness to everybody that's out there, because everybody has differences. Everybody learns in a different way. Everybody heals in a different way. If we're expecting everybody to come at this one way, we're never going to make inroads on this. One of the things that we've been saying recently is it's just completely scary to me that we've got 1% of the nation, which is our veterans, and what they do, we're losing 37 of them a day. Okay, that equates to 57,000 at the end of the calendar year. Okay, if we're losing 57,000 veterans at the end of the calendar year, that's 1% of our population. That's 1% of America. Only 1% raises their hand and gives that pledge to fight for America, to defend our way of life. That's 1%. So now we add in the other 99%. I haven't looked up what those numbers are because, quite frankly, that scares me to death. So we need to really get these numbers down. We have a great co-host who's going to be joining us. She's going to be helping us out. I'm going to be joined by many different people throughout the next couple of weeks. We're going to talk about mental health. If you have anything that you want to add, if you have a service, if you have a product that's aimed towards helping people with mental illness, we want to bring you on. Okay, we don't have to completely agree with what your service or product is. Okay, we don't have to. Maybe it's not meant for us. It's meant for somebody else. As long as it's realistic, we want to hear about it. You know, I don't want to hear about somebody putting mushrooms between their toes and walking through the forest. That may be fun for you. Is it really going to help with mental health? Well, actually, it might. You know, I mean, come to think of it, I think that would be kind of fun, but, you know, only for a little while. We really want to make sure that we're getting the right messages out to the right people. If you would like to speak to us, right here is where you can go to our website, and you just go to Rediscover the Happy Place. This is what it's called. Okay, it's under our things to do page or get involved link. I can't remember right offhand. Or you can just go to this link, and I'll put the link in the chat so everybody has it and you can just click on it. We need your help to make sure that we can start the conversation. If the conversation's never started, it can never be finished. And we said this about veterans, and I'm going to say it again about everybody now. There is no good way to react to an end to life decision. You cannot react in a happy way that somebody chose to end their life. Yeah, you can try to celebrate their life, but there's pain there. So let's pre-act. Let's make sure that we get ahead of this. Let's make sure that we start bringing in thoughts, bringing in conversations, and starting conversations, directing people to the right places. Again, right here, go to the website, go to Rediscover the Happy Place. You can get involved. You can join us. You can help us out. Because, again, this is not a me problem. This is not a you problem. This is a we problem. This isn't an American problem. This is a world problem. Okay? Let's make sure that we start doing a few things that are bringing health, bringing happiness to people. Let's rediscover the happy place. I also want to bring up that we've got our friend Brian from Project Die Hard, who we're getting close. We're just about a 1 month out from Hope Stock. Still looking for sponsors. He needs your help. Please reach out to him. You can go to projectdiehard.org and sponsor something great. If you sponsor Brian in a gold or platinum package for him, we're going to run commercials on the pACT channel for the rest of the year. We expanded it to the rest of the year because it's very important to us that you get involved with what they do. So we love our mission partners. They're very important to us because they're doing great things. They're doing difficult things because of difficult situations. Brian's built Hope Stock because he pulled the gun out of his mouth. He's one of the people that we're going to have on, and we're going to be talking to him about the difficulties that veterans go through. We're going to talk to people who, difficulty with females go through, female veterans, different social groups. So this all just kind of ties in. Right now, we've got to get a handle on the mental health epidemic, and we're asking you to join us. So now I've got through that, which is great. I'm actually really proud of myself that I got through that, and I didn't gaff some of it. I did gaff some of it also, but that's what I do. You can find all of our mission partners if you go to this tiny URL. I love the way that's called tiny URL. That's so cute. But Sarah helped me create these tiny URLs so they're easier for you to find. We're also going to be putting these in the comments to try to help you to where you can just click on them and you can find all of our mission partners. What is a mission partner? These are the wonderful people who have asked us for a little bit of help. And these two guests that I have coming up, they are willing to help these individuals by simply doing what they do. We've got many partners. We've got over 100 partners right now who all they want to do is work for you, do the business that they love, and help you help others. So with that being said, I am very, very happy to welcome in Susan Yolansky and Brian. How are you doing, brother? It's about
Doing well.
time.
Listen, I'm impressed that one, you pronounced my name absolutely correct. So thank you. Number two, I am not the Brian with the fundraiser, so I want to make sure we get that completely straight.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So if you don't like me, I don't want you to not help Brian out. Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's Brian Gibson. That's another Brian. So, Susan, we're going to talk to you first because ladies first, and that's kind of what we do here. So, you are helping us with a wonderful program called Sweet Sheets. Can you please give us a little bit of information about what is Sweet Sheets? They don't taste good, do they?
I don't think so. They're just named after great, great desserts. So I'm so happy to be here. Sweet Sheets is a luxury brand bedding that's affordable. It's online. You won't find it in stores. but it has literally changed my sleep life. So back in February, I did my friend a favor by trying these sheets, and I slept. And all of my sleep issues that I had been suffering with for years literally went away. So I started sharing a good thing that we all seem to do. We tell people good things and share. And I realized that I wasn't alone in how I was sleeping. So I picked this up as a business, and I am helping others get the good night's sleep that they deserve to now. So we've connected. We have a fundraiser going so that people can shop online and get a set of sheets for themselves, and then you get the benefits.
You know, one of the things that I think that this, like I said, one of the reasons why this is wonderful is because you've had a personal experience with Sweet Sheets. You started out trying to help a friend, and now your focus has switched to where you're trying to help many friends. We're not the only program right now that you've got that's out there trying to help other people. Who are some of the other campaigns that are out there?
So there, so
I
we
put
have.
you on the spot there.
You did. You absolutely did. So I know that we have a fundraiser going for the Veterans Ranch. We're working on a fundraiser for the hospital for sick kids in Toronto. We have a couple of other organizations that are local to me. The nice thing with this is that you don't have to be a nonprofit. You could be any group or organization looking for funds, and this is a great way to be able to get them, and a considerable amount.
Tell us what makes Sweet Sheets different? What makes them better than other sheets?
Okay, I love that question because definitely not all fabric is cut from the same cloth. I like saying that. And these are definitely sheets with benefits. So not only do they feel like a high thread count Egyptian cotton, like an 1800 thread count Egyptian cotton, they are hypoallergenic and they are antimicrobial, which is great if you suffer from allergies, if you have pets, if you don't do your laundry as often as you might want to. They won't pill, those awful little balls that get on all of our sheets over time. They won't pill, they won't shrink, and they won't fade. And they are moisture wicking and breathable. So if you get hot and sticky in the night, you'll sleep well. You won't feel too cold, you won't feel too hot. They'll just give you a really nice sleep. So if you have sleep struggles, they're wonderful. If you don't have sleep struggles and you're just looking for a really nice, simplistic sheet that will fit any decor, then this is also that.
We have started something special at Community Pay It Forward, and Sweet Sheets is a part of that. And one of the things that we're doing is we have created what is called the and I hope that you like this name. It's called the Mall-in-One. We use of course the all-in-one name, but it's well, I don't know why it's not working, but let me try this again. We're going to try to share it again. Of course, we've got issues with the internet, so please bear with us. But it's called the Mall-in-One on our website. You go to the website, you go to Community Dare to Care, you hover over it, and you're going to find Shop our Mall-in-One. Right here, you see our dollar store. We're still working on it. We haven't given up on it yet, but this is a dollar store that gets delivered to your home. Anything there, it doesn't, not everything costs $1. It's not one of those dollar stores, but it is the official dollar store. Anytime that you make a purchase, you go donate to two different causes, one of them being veteran suicide, and the other one, you tell us. But you come right down here to this little wonderful, beautiful little logo of Sweet Sheets. You press that, and look at this. It goes right to our event page that was created by Susan. And it tells you all about them. We got some really great information here. I love the way that you guys have used desserts for your colors. I
Aren't they
am
wonderful?
a fat man. There is nothing better to me than seeing cupcakes next to sheets. It's like, oh. So, of course, my fiance, she looks at this and goes, "Get that out of the room. I don't want little dessert beads all over you when you wake up." So, but, um, why? How were they designed? How did they start the design process? Do you know why they started? Why the company started?
Well, yes. So this is actually a company that began 9 years ago by two moms who were putting themselves and their husbands through school while raising their kids. And they wanted to find a product that was easy to sell, that people wanted, and they sourced these amazing sheets to be made. They're sweet. I'm not sure how they got the name, but I love that all of the sheets are named after desserts. We have 17 different yummy colors to choose from, including limited editions. What I really like is that it's not just the traditional sets that are available. We have sets for every type of bed. So if you have a split king, or if you have extra long king, or California, um, extra long twin, we can cater to you. And in most colors, most sizes, we also have singles. So if you're a person who doesn't like that top sheet, you don't have to have that top sheet. You could just go with the fitted sheet, pillowcases, or duvet covers, whatever suits you.
Our fundraiser goes to 12 till the end of the year, to the last day of the year, and then we're probably going to re-up and do it again, I'd imagine. So, but what when what is one of the best things for you when somebody buys a pair of sheets for you? Is it that they buy the pair of sheets, or it's it that they're excited about donating to some other cause?
That's a really good question. And, there are people who are just going to donate money. There are people who are going to enjoy that their purchase helps somebody else. So I have to say that I love the fact that we have a fundraising division. It's a little bit separate from what I personally do. And I like that 20% of the sales are going to go back to you. So, unlike a person or an organization that's selling chocolate bars or wrapping paper that people might buy by obligation, or, might not want to buy, everybody uses sheets. You're going to get more with every purchase. And it's a common household product. People are always on the hunt for a good product and a good set of sheets.
Yeah, and it's always nice when you go to somebody's house and you're staying at somebody's house and you're not sleeping on, those newspaper sheets that, or the hotel sheets is what I like to call them. There's nothing more uncomfortable when you're in a hotel and you're like, wow, that you can't figure out which one's stiffer, the sheets or the toilet paper, which is just a weird, it's a weird fact, but it's true.
Yeah.
Um, so, but yeah, you can find our everything for the Mullen one right here at the shop on Community Pay It Forward /shop. But if you want to donate to us, you can also do it by going to sweetsheets.com/CD2C shop. So please help us out, and you can keep us running. And you also pick a mission that you would like to donate to. So remember that anytime that you make any type of purchase with one of our partner, a portion goes to the mission of your choice. So please make sure that you remember that. You guys are up in Canada.
We are. We're up in Canada.
You know?
What did you say? Did you say
Oh,
why?
I was going to say, but you don't have to be in Canada to get these.
You don't. You don't. So we have our shopping. It is through Canada and it is through the US. And I have to say that our US residents do not have to pay any taxes. So even if you're in a state that collects sales tax, you will be able to get your purchase without any tax.
Well, I am in a state that collects a lot of sales tax. I am in Colorado, so that is fantastic.
What is your sales tax there?
Oh, geez, I couldn't even. You know what? It probably changed while we were sitting here, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So, we are one of, as one of your partners, we're one of the few that you have in the United States.
We are very small right now in the U.S. In fact, I say we're small and mighty. Consultant wise, we have about 500 reps in Canada and probably 25 in the US. So our product is not very well known there, but I can tell you that our customers are loving it. They're raving about it and they're telling their friends. So I think we're going to start growing more
Well,
quickly.
that's great. You know what? If you're going to continue doing great work with people like JR of the Veterans Ranch, you know, we're always going to support you. I mean, it's actually kind of funny. I was in a conversation with somebody the other day who, you know, we were talking about you guys, and I flat out told him, look, if it comes down to between JR and myself, I'm not going to be mad at either way. You know, come through us, and I, of course, I said if you come through us, you know, a portion goes to can go to JR, but you know, kind of one of those hint things. But you know, I mean, the truth is that we love everything that you guys are doing, and supporting the nonprofits and just other companies that are out there. Again, like you said, it's not just nonprofits that benefit on this. What are some of the other what are some of the other ways that you guys can raise money for? Like schools, you can raise money for churches. What are some of the other things that you guys raise money for?
Definitely. Schools, churches, recreational groups, ballet, dance schools, soccer teams, baseball clubs, anybody who is raising cheer teams, anybody who is looking to raise some funds, they can utilize our fundraising program. And just like you have your own website, they would get their own website as well.
What all do they have to do to get these benefits?
They just need to go onto my link, which is lalaland.sweetcheats.com, and click on the fundraising tab. It takes all of 2 minutes to set up your website and to be off to the races with your own fundraiser.
No, that's fantastic, and uh, you really enjoy doing this, don't you? I mean, every time I talk to you, you just seem like you love what you do, and you seem like it's just one of the things that you really enjoy.
Thank you so much. It does give me a lot of joy. You know what? I feel like a good Samaritan when I can give back to people. I think that we're all responsible for our happiness, but for spreading happiness. And this has enabled me to, have more cash in my pocket, have my bills paid, have more time for the things that I need to do that would not be possible if I worked a 9 to 5, and to help others like I'm helping you guys with your fundraiser.
I'm sorry about that. I muted myself. Are you guys looking for other people to come and join you on the sales side of things?
Absolutely. I can't do this all on my own.
Sure you can. Aren't you
I
like
can't.
Superwoman?
No. I want to be able to help others to, to share what Sweet Sheets is all about. So we have a really nice join program. It's not very expensive. It's $59. And with that, you get a set of pillowcases and a free website for 6 months and some business supplies so that you can start sharing the benefits of these sheets with your friends. We have a great little comp plan, and we're just a nice group of people.
This is like really perfect for, say, stay-at-home moms or people who, people. In my case, I was injured in a motorcycle accident, and I was looking for something to do. This would be something perfect for somebody who's going to be at home for a little while and looking to supplement their income, right?
It definitely is. You know what? Nowadays, you need to have a little bit of a side hustle, and they're recommending that for anybody. So if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you have a little bit more time on your hands, if you can work, from your cell phone when you're out and about, the nice thing is that unlike a lot of other companies that have a lot of rules, regulations on how you can sell, Sweet Sheets does not. So it's really your business, and there are so many different ways that you can operate your business.
Well, that's great. So, I mean, if you're looking for something to do, if you're looking for something to have a little bit of freedom, and let's be honest, be your own little boss, I mean, you don't have somebody breathing over your neck, this might be a great way to reach out. If you want to get a hold of Susan, simply go to our website, communitypayitforward.us, and we will make that connection happen. So we appreciate this very much, Susan. Once again, tell them how to get a hold of you.
So you can get a hold of me through my website. You could connect with me. My website personally is La La Land, like La La Land, .sweetsheets.com.
And that's lamb or land?
Land.
Land. Okay. I was
Land.
like, you see, La La Lamb made sense, because you're going to be sleeping. But I was hoping that I had it right. And you're willing to talk to anybody about the product at any time. Well, not at any time, but of course, they just leave a message and you'll talk to them.
Absolutely.
Well, that's great. And we greatly appreciate we that I think I got it right. I was doing it at the same time you were doing it.
We did.
We try to be prepared, but we try to be prepared. So once again, you can reach out to Susan and you can talk to her about anything that they've got going on. Sweet Sheets is wonderful, and we appreciate everything that they do. If you have any questions whatsoever, reach out to Susan. If you'd rather reach out to us first, we can definitely. Oh no! It looks like Brian said he lost power and he's sitting in the dark. So we're hoping to get Brian back on with us, but that's not good. I'm telling you, ever since we started having those sun flares a couple weeks ago, internet and electricity and everything has been fluctuating a lot. Have you guys noticed that up there in Canada as well, or?
Well, I notice it at my dining room table all the time.
Do you? Yeah. Well, we're hoping that it starts to clear up a little bit, but we're really hoping a lot of things start to clear up a little bit. So, do you have anything else that you would like to tell us about? Do you guys have any upcoming events or anything special going to be happening?
I'm not. So we do have flash sales, but I'm not quite sure if we're having one this month. We just came off of a little bit of a sale. But if somebody wants to connect with me about joining Sweet Sheets this month, I will give back to you $10 for every person who decides to join me in business.
Wow. Thank you so very much. we will make a special announcement on that on all of our social medias. That is fantastic.
Yeah,
So
thank
you heard it right here. If you're looking for a side gig, let's get with Susan. You know what? Sarah's already popped up and said she's on it. She's working on it. So that's a great way to help support everything that we do here at Community Pay Up Forward. I thank you so much for that. That is just the kindest thing, and you touch my heart with everything that you're doing, trying to help us out. Susan, I want to thank you very much for joining us today. I want to thank you very much for coming and joining us here tonight again. We love having you, and I would like to invite you to come back whenever you have anything going on because you're a very special partner. We love having you. Uh oh, dot sweet sheets dot no. Uh oh, so I did screw it up. Yeah, I did. Ah, I made I
you.
made it like an email.
Yeah, that's my email. You know what? I'm going to give you, if we can do it, I'm going to give you my email.
So
And
here's the correct website.
so
There we
that's,
go. That's the correct website.
there we go.
People are sitting there going, "Well, I'm sending her an email. What the hell? What's going on?" So, but
Yeah.
and here is the email, and we'll continue to show these throughout the show. We're going to be playing a video because we lost Brian, so we're going to be playing a video with Sandy Abate, who I had a great interview with her earlier on in the week. And we're going to be playing this video because she's another wonderful partner of ours, and but she's working hard to help us out. So, but Susan, again, thank you very much. I promise you, we'll show the right website and email and stuff throughout the show, and I'll try to do what little editing I can do, but and try to make sure that we get this done right. But thank you for joining us. Please join us again anytime that you have anything special to do. Please remember that Susan is offering $10 to Community Pay It Forward for anybody who joins her sales team. So all you have to do is reach out to her. Right there is her email. Reach out to her, and you can help us out. You can help us make a difference. So thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you for having me today.
Well, thank you for joining us. Once again, folks, I cannot say enough about what Susan does to help us out. It's fantastic. And Sweet Sheets, really looking forward to getting a set. We're wife and I are trying to decide on what color we want. We're gonna, well, fiance and I, but we're gonna buy our own wedding gift, and we're gonna get a set of Sweet Sheets. We just got to decide on what color, and I'm deciding over which cupcake I like best, and she doesn't like that very much because she just thinks I'm gonna. Okay, so it's just an excuse to eat cupcakes. Let's be honest here. It's not like I'm really deciding on a color or anything. I just want to eat cupcakes. I'm a fat guy. Come on, give me a break. So, once again, we're going to share an interview. We did lose Brian for a little bit, and we're hoping to get him on. We're hoping that he gets power back on. So please bear with us. But we're going to play this very special interview that I had with Sandy Abate. She's also a newer partner, brand new to the Community Pay It Forward program. So please enjoy this video, and we'll get back with you as soon as it's done. Thank you. Hey everybody, it's Zach Clayton, Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the pACT channel. I am here with a great family member, family partner, Sandy Abate. Sandy, how are you doing?
I'm good, Zach. How are you doing? Thanks for
Doing
having me.
great. Hey, no problem. We really love having people on here, having our partners on here, because we'd like to be able to introduce you to everyone out there. It's so important to make sure that we're able to tell your story and introduce people to who you are personally. So it's one of the things that we really love to do. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about how you got started, what you do. Just tell us a little more about your business, please.
All right. Thank you, Zach. So, yes, my name is Sandy Abate. I started SCA bookkeeping the end of 2020. after I had noticed that there were a lot of small businesses that had no idea what their numbers were. And that was so crippling. If they're ever asked, how much is their income? What are their expenses? They never know those answers. And sometimes we really need to know those answers right on the spot. So my heart really goes into helping those small businesses that don't think that they need a bookkeeper or can afford a bookkeeper. Those are the companies that I really like helping.
You're not you have no fear of any of the big guys. You like helping anybody, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I've always done books for my employers, and they've ranged from little family companies up into bigger corporations. So I can really handle any size, but my passion's really for those small business owners that get overlooked and don't feel like they can keep up with some of the bigger companies.
Why do you think a lot of the people, a lot of the smaller companies, why do you think that they have that fear that they can't, that they're going to get overlooked?
I think they have that fear because a lot of bookkeepers will sit there and start with a base cost of 250 up to 500 a month, and they don't really sit there and look that, I actually go in there and see about how much time it's going to take to get your books done, and that's what I base the cost on. I do sit there and give you a monthly cost just because that's easier for you to figure out your expenses for the month. But I can go as low as, $50 a month depending on the size of a business.
Can you tell us the difference? And you and I did have this discussion once before. Can you really tell us the difference between bookkeeping and taxes? Because I think I'm
Mhm.
not the only person who believes that a bookkeeper, they're only needed during tax time. And that's absolutely not true.
No, no, that's so not true. And, a lot of people also confuse us with the actual accountants, bookkeepers. They can do taxes, but not all of us do. I personally don't. Um, and I think it's good to have both. Having that bookkeeper's going to go in there and actually see your money transactions the day that they take place. To where your taxes, they're just really looking at, each quarter, up to the year. But really, if something little isn't doesn't look right, your bookkeeper is going to be the first person to see it because they're in there at least weekly, if not daily, looking at your books and getting those numbers straight. To where before the end of the month if you had some big expense and how that's affecting, or whether or not there's just that small little problems coming up. So yeah, it's really important to have both.
Why did you strike out on your own and decide to do this instead of going with a firm?
Because I kind of took a step away from bookkeeping and I started working in a nonprofit hospital. I was helping patients who came in with either no insurance or not enough insurance. And I was so surprised that so many of the small businesses, at least in my area, about 90% of the business owners that I talked to had no idea what their numbers were. And that just shocked me because I've always, done books for companies. So I figured everyone did their books. So yeah, and then once COVID hit and those PPP loans rolled out, I knew that those small businesses that I had talked to were not going to be able to get those PP loans in time to save their business, and a lot of them didn't. A lot of them went under because they didn't know what those numbers were.
We know that we're coming up on a new, on a different recession. There's going to be different problems coming up. Uh, do me a huge favor, Sandy, and tell me right now. Let's talk to our small business
Hmm.
owners, our small business friends. What is the first thing that they need to do right now to make sure that they make it past this difficulty that's coming up?
Right. And I try not to sit there and bring up fear, but you know, I I strongly suggest everyone sit down, go through their expenses, and add 25% more in there just to give you that preparation. Worst that's going to happen, things aren't going to go up And if they don't go up, then you've just figured out that you're going to spend that extra 25% on everything. So you're going to end up with a little bit more money. I personally would rather have that more money than not enough money to get things paid. And having that bookkeeper is also going to show you when you need to start to raise your prices because your expenses have gone up. I know no one wants to do it, but sometimes to stay in business, that's what you have to do.
Yeah, and it's very difficult for a small business to say, you know what, to stay competitive, we do have to raise the prices. There's always that fear, is this going to be what sinks me? I mean,
Hmm.
if I raise my prices, what's the danger? Well, unfortunately, you've also got to think about, is there a danger that if I don't do it, is that going to put me in a situation as well? I do want to say, I appreciate the fact that you don't want to use the scared people tactic, but this is one of those things that, coming out of the pandemic, I like to make sure that people understand, look, nobody thought that the world today could be threatened by a plague, and we were.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's not the plague. Let's not mistake it, but I jokingly call it the plague because who would have thought that something like COVID would be able to shut down uh, the world
Hmm.
like it did for 2 straight years? Um, what are some of the things that you were able to do for people, like a couple maybe specific things that you were able to do for people during COVID that is going to be something that they can look at if there is the economy downturn, that they can say, okay, well, look, you were able to do this for us then, you're going to be able to do this for us now. What are some of those things that are going to uh, be able to fit in to help save people?
One of the biggest things that we were encouraging our clients was to actually get in there, see what their expenses are and what they can cut back. No, that's always the first line is let's cut back your expenses. The second one is okay, now that we've cut back the expenses, was that enough to offset or do we need to go more in and see where we can increase the income? Doesn't necessarily mean, I mean, for some people it was adding extra services that they could, provide. Um, but yeah, I mean, that big one is just to really keep an eye on those expenses and make sure that the expenses stay at a place that you can afford them.
Are you able to give them not direction, but maybe advice? Are you able to give them advice on where they could possibly move money to try to help keep the bottom line healthy?
I do. I work with a few different people. If I can't figure out exactly how they can get their expenses down, I do have a team that can go in there and actually do an expense audit to help figure out where to cut those expenses. Just like, I wouldn't sit there and or tell someone where they should be investing, but I've got a team that I can send them to that, if they do sit there and start to, accumulate extra money in their accounts, what's the best way to invest that money?
I know, I really like the way that you answered that question, because as a small business owner, I know one of the things that you cannot, that most business owners don't like is when you walk in and you say, "Well, you know what? I see that you're doing this, but you should really do this." Well, you don't understand my business then, because this is this. So helping them is such a good way of doing it. Telling people that where to put it, that's just going to be difficult. How much fight back do you how much of that fight back do you get sometimes with business owners when you go in and say, you know what, if we allocate the money that, from this cutback, if we put it in this area, this is the potential benefit, but if you put it in this area where you're talking about, this is what, this could be the bad thing. Do you get a lot of fight back with that, or are they generally pretty amenable to it.
And maybe it's just the way I do it. I sit there and I give them their choices.
Yeah.
I'll show them with numbers, if you do this and this is the way it, continues, this is your outcome. If we do it this way, this is going to be your outcome. I give them that choice and then I just go with whatever they decide. No, at no point do I sit there and say, oh, you're wrong. You've got to do it this way. It's a matter of giving people the choice, letting them make their decision. And then, yeah, I just kind of go with whatever the decision. I never fight back with them.
You are located
In Iowa.
in Iowa? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't stop you from working anywhere.
Nope, nope. I can work anywhere in the country.
Okay. One of the other things that we had talked about once before that I think is a really important point, and because this was a misconception on my part, and I really want to help people try to clear it up. Because you don't deal with taxes like new tax laws, that's not a lot of things that affect your work too much, correct? I mean, you have to kind of keep an eye on it to make sure that nothing goes completely out of whack, but your job is to maintain and make sure that the tax preparers can walk in and they can say, we got this all set up, quick and easy, boom, 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 we're done, right?
Right, right. My goal is to make tax season less stressful for you. You're not going to have to, dig out all the receipts and bring that in. It's also going to make it easier on your tax preparer because they're going to have everything. They're not going to have to sit there and, spend more time um, doing basically the bookkeeping so they can get the taxes done. It is important for us to still stay on top of some of the new tax laws to make sure that you're informed because yeah, I mean like for um 2021, you know, all your restaurants that you went to, if you went and sat down and ate on a business trip, that was now 100% write off. Now, how much more would you have used that had you had known about it versus not knowing about it? So, keeping up with those, keeping up with new grants that come out, just to pass the knowledge along to the clients is important.
Um, what are some of the other things that, let me ask you this. What are some of the receipts that you tell people, look, you may not think this is what you should have, but you really should have them? What are some of these receipts that people should be collecting every time that they get them?
And a lot of times it's really those little everyday receipts. If you live in an area and your commute takes you across that toll roll, make sure that you have that receipt. Although now a lot of people have the passes. I don't deal with tolls, so I
Yeah.
don't. Um, but those are big ones. Make sure that you're keeping those gas receipts anytime you get your tires done, any maintenance on your vehicles. Make sure that you're turning those receipts in. You stop off at the gas station and pick something up for a client. Make sure you keep those receipts right on there. Who you bought the drink for. Um, all those little things, sometimes just those little everyday on the go receipts. Another thing that I've been telling people is if you have the option of getting the receipts emailed, set it up with your bookkeeper to have those receipts actually emailed to a certain um, account that both of you see. That way you're not having to transfer it over to the bookkeeper. The bookkeepers are going to be able to have those right away.
That's actually a fantastic idea. I'd never even thought of that. I used to always joke with people, and this is back when I was drinking the energy drinks like I did, that, hey, this is a business expense. Without these things, I would die, and I actually kept the receipts just for my own
Mhm.
my own knowledge, but no, I never tried to get one deducted. I thought about maybe trying to do it once or twice, but I realized no, I don't need to be edited or not edited,
Mhm.
audited at
Audited.
all. Yeah, let's not play this game. So, but and how um how do people go about getting a hold of you?
Yeah. You can definitely send me an email. Um, let's see, do we have, definitely come over to your site and, look me up there. By coming to your site, I do give a percent back. So that's always a good place to find me.
Yeah, and you've got the site right there on the bottom, and your email, your phone number, and everything is
Hmm.
connected there. So, let's talk about you as a person, Sandy. What are some of the things that you love to do?
I really, especially this time of the year, love to be in the kitchen. Um, I know it's still pretty early in the harvest time, but I'm getting my fresh herbs in and just getting the kitchen all smelled up, getting those all dried up for this coming year, and watching the garden grow is always fun. My husband was all excited this weekend. He brought in three little pea pods. I asked him what he wanted me to do with them, but
Mhm.
yeah, so just starting to see that harvest come in, it always gets me excited.
Do you like doing canning and stuff like that?
I do. I
See,
do.
that's really neat because I've noticed that canning is starting to come back a little bit. I think that people are getting sick and tired of, the food quality actually from, store bought cans is just getting, well, let's be honest, it's getting lousy. It truly is, and I mean, a lot of us that are a little bit older harken back to the days when you go to grandma's and everything was in the old mason jars.
Mhm.
You'd get them, and the one of my favorite things in the world has always been fresh canned pickles. I
Mhm.
love pickles that are canned at home. They've just got such a great taste. It's always been one of my favorite things. So,
Mhm. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
what are some of the things that you like to? What are some of the vegetables that you like to play with when you're canning?
And just this past weekend, I canned up my mushrooms. These are actually actual store bought mushrooms, so they're not ones that I grow. You can't do wild mushrooms. Um, but what I like about being able to can them myself versus just going to the store and buying a can, which really it's not really even a cost factor, is I can get them seasoned ahead of time, and I
Mm.
don't have to worry about all the extra preservatives going in. So yeah, I've got seasoned mushrooms. They've already got the onions and garlic and ready. Yep, just dump and go, and don't even really have that saute time anymore. And
Yeah, see,
yeah.
I think that that's one thing that you say that about the mushrooms. That's one thing that I think that my fiance will probably really get into is something like that because she loves playing with seasonings and I mean she's a southern girl and she loves to play around with seasonings and making things her own and she's wonderful at doing it. So and I know that she pulled in her canner from out in the shed the other day, so we're getting ready for that. But
Good.
um, well, Sandy, I want to thank you very much for joining us and taking time uh, to do this interview. I want to welcome you to once again to the Community Pay It Forward family. Uh, one more time, give people a real quick outlook of everything that you can do, real quick, and help their business.
All right. Well, right now I have been working with a lot of small businesses that are just getting started. I'll actually walk them through, make sure that they're setting their software up correctly, making sure that they're picking the correct software for whatever it is that they're doing. Um, and then as they grow, as they start to get their clients, if they have questions, I'm there to answer those questions. And then when they really are sitting there to that point that they've started to get some clients and don't really have the time to get in there and look at their books at least once a week, um, then I can step in and take some of that pressure off of them.
All right. And the best way to get a hold of you is your email.
Yes,
So, and it's Sabate. I'm sorry.
it's sabate at
Okay.
scabookkeeping.com.
All right, so there you go. And once again, you can find all of Sandy's information right on her landing page if you go to communitypayitforward.us. Sandy, I hope that you have a great day. Enjoy your summer, enjoy some canning. And, you know, I'm in Colorado when you get to the pickles. I mean, it wouldn't really take much to just go on ahead and send over to me. Just saying, you know, fat
I
guy,
didn't realize.
always thinking about food, always thinking about food. So, but
So yes, so
let's make sure that if you're in a small business, remember that's right down Sandy's heartfelt love is trying to help you stay up above board and get yourself where you need to be. So give Sandy a call, give her a call at her email, sabate@scabookkeeping.com. Sandy, again, thank you very much and welcome to the family.
all right. Thank you, Zach.
And goodbye, everyone.
All right.
Please keep checking back with us. We're going to be having these. Interviews with all of our partners. We're working hard to get those done, but you can meet everyone in our family. Remember, everyone is here for you because nobody has to go it alone when we all come together. My name is Zach Clayton, Community Pay It Forward. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Hey folks, I'm Chip Wynn with Chip Wynn Motors and Chip Wynn Classic Cars right here in Paducah, Kentucky. Today I want to tell you about something that's near and dear to my heart, Project Die Hard. Now what is that? That is an organization set up to help our veterans who are transitioning from military life back into civilian life and to help them do it in a healthy, good way. We need your support, we need your help, we need your financial help. What we're going to do is the weekend of July 28th, 29th, and 30th, we're going to have a massive celebration and a fundraiser for Project Die Hard. Even Saturday, July the 30th, we are going to have a classic car show. Not only our cars will be in it, but the public will be invited to participate as well. Now is the time to step up and support a really worthy organization. Project Die Hard. Come on and join us.
Hey everyone, it's Zach Clayton. I'm here with a really great friend of mine, Steve Palick. He's been helping us for about 2 years ago is when we first met, right, Steve?
That's correct, Zach. It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's great to see you. And Steve is one of the busiest guys I know. And great thing is, I love it because you're in Denver. Steve, you created Auxilia. How did that process go?
Yeah, so, you know, a lot of people don't know the story about me. I lost my brother a really long time ago to a rare disease. And one of the things, you know, and always listening to my mom and dad about losing their son, you know, that resonated with me is how community actually helped support my mom and dad back in the day. And instead of really wanting to honor my brother with a foundation in his name, I wanted to actually pull some people that I love and trust and respect, my partners here at Auxilia, create an organization that was giving back to all small and medium-sized nonprofit, community-driven nonprofits. And that to me was the best way to you know, to really remember my brother and to you know, support what I can do from a community perspective. It's been very difficult. It was a hard thing to create the company. You know, you think you know what you're doing, and you know, you just got to continue to make mistakes and try not to make the same mistakes time and time and again.
Yeah, you know, that is, I love the way that you said that because I've told everybody a long time. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I told you this, that, you know, the first 5 years of the business, I tried to screw the company up as every way I could just to make sure that I was doing it the right way, you know, and so, you know, you had that growth period and you go from there. You have a wonderful, wonderful team throughout the country that really helps put everything together. Why don't you explain to us first what Auxilia is, and then give us the roles of the people throughout the country who everybody works with?
Yeah, no, absolutely, Zach. We are by definition, we're a donation management software company, but we're so much more than that. I think that when you look at the competition, and there's a lot of great companies doing a lot of great things for nonprofits, I'm always a fan of anyone trying to help a nonprofit. The difference between us and Auxilia and everybody else is, frankly, we see ourselves as a partner to our nonprofit clients. It's not just, hey, you bought our software, good luck, hope it works out for you. It's actually giving you two dedicated people, giving you live bodies to answer your questions, giving you fundraising strategy, giving you a blueprint to be successful. Every nonprofit's a little bit different, and I think the nuance that every nonprofit has is so critically important to us. Yeah, we are spread out. We are headquartered here in Denver, Colorado, the great state of Colorado, but we do have employees in California, Georgia, Ohio, and San Juan, Puerto Rico. The positions vary. I mean, again, we have sales, executive staff, and service here in Denver. We have a service office in San Juan, Puerto Rico. We do quite a bit for the Puerto Rican nonprofit community. We have some product and IT folks in Ohio. And then our fundraising strategists, our EDs, our former EDs, executive directors, one is in California and one is in Georgia. And it just works out great.
Yeah, I know that we personally work side by side with Jessica and with Ayana, and they're both, if there's ever any questions, all I have to do is call on them and ask them any questions. But it doesn't matter if it's them or anybody else. Anytime I call you guys, there's always somebody who's willing to take and step up and step out. I know I had a question once with the way that one of my emails was looking. I didn't really like the way that it was looking, and your office took it and they said, well, let me try to do something. They took it, and 15 minutes later, I got it back and it was set up perfectly. It was set up exactly like I like it. So I really like that, and very easy to work with you yourself, very easy to work with. Plus you're just a great guy, and you like Dan Patrick. So, that's always something that I sit with. Auxilia, not only do you guys keep donations in order, but you guys also help with, as you mentioned, putting together fundraising events and putting together email blasts. One of your email blasts is one of the things that I utilize every week.
Yeah, I think that, again, a lot of nonprofits that are smaller are really cobbling it all together. And I get it. I understand it. One of the things that I would tell your viewers and your listeners is simply this, right? Two of our partners, two of the founders of Auxilia are former executive directors. They've walked a mile or 1,000 miles in the shoes of executive directors, development directors. They've dealt with donors and grants and events, and most importantly, they've used a plethora of the software that's available to them. Well, again, as I said earlier, a lot of great companies doing a lot of great things, but at the end of the day, I don't really feel, and I'm biased because I'm the founder of Auxilia, but I really have not seen an organization put it all together as simplicity as we have. Simple, easy to use, but very intuitive, bringing back data points. So you're right. A lot of times what happens when we talk to a nonprofit, if they're using a competitor, they're still using 2 or 3 other programs like an Eventbrite to run their events or a MailChimp to do their email campaigns. Auxilia wanted to create something so simple to where if you want to do an email campaign, if you want to do social media, if you're running an event with tickets and registrations, you could do all of that through the Auxilia platform. I don't pretend to understand or know all the things that our competitors are doing. Again, great companies, great people. But it does appear that the modules and the technology that we've put together is much more simple and much more complete. We're one of the few, if not only, companies that allows you to post through social media directly through our site. That's a big deal for nonprofits. I hear this all the time, Zach. You know what, Steve, it's just me, or I have a couple of volunteers, or I have some part-time employees. I don't have the time. And so I use Excel to manage my donors. I use Eventbrite to manage my event. I use Hootsuite to manage my social media. Yep. I use MailChimp to manage my email. So if we can put a system together that is simple, and that puts all of those things, you can get rid of all of that and just do it within Auxilia, then that's a win for everybody, right? I think I always say this. I have been blessed to have met so many wonderful people in the nonprofit community, right? These are the people, like, again, I lost my brother a long time ago to a rare disease. We do a lot with rare disease nonprofits. The missions are amazing, and that of all these individuals. And like you, it's people that have huge hearts, right? They have huge hearts. They want to make a difference in the community. But a lot of times, Zach, these individuals that have huge hearts have not run a nonprofit before.
Right.
And that's not a bad thing. I don't say that in a derogatory sense at all. It's just like, if they can partner with a company that actually cares about them, that actually wants to see them succeed, then they're going to flourish, because their huge heart coupled with a software that's going to make them more efficient, get them organized, and then a team behind that that's going to support them and give them a blueprint to success. I don't know how they could go wrong.
Well, I know for me personally, one of the things that I've done everything from all of your competitors when it comes to like the email blast to the keeping up with your donors, to do everything. I'm just going to show everybody real quick. This is ours. This is our profile page here. And I mean, as you can see, you got everything right here. You got your donors listed to where you can take, and you have all of your contacts are right here. You take and you add a new one, and it asks you for everything about them. So everything that you got right there, including who's going to be working with them, what's their status with your company. I mean, it's such a great thing to where you can just keep track of who has donated to you, who's done what, and everything. You can create events. You can see two of the events that we've had right here. We created the events on this platform, and it helps us keep track of any donations that have come in. It helps us keep track of what we're doing, who's responded, and everything. And then, of course, it gives you templates for your emails that you can send out emails or thank you cards right here, or a couple of them, that they suggest, or you can build your own. And you can see right here, I mean, this is getting behind our weekly email list. You guys can see it right here. Here's a preview of what you're going to see on Monday. So, we've been working on that. But I mean, you can do the events, you can do email blasts, any customization you need. And of course, you got your reports. And then, as Steve mentioned, you can attach all of your social medias to them, so people know exactly what you're doing from all of your social media platforms. So it's just, Auxilia is so wonderful, because like you had said, I've worked with MailChimp, I've worked with all those other ones, on top of having to have another program to take care of that other stuff. So you are right on the aspect that it really works all together, and it's a heck of a lot less expensive. Plus, you guys also work with Stripe and American Express to keep the money coming in. Why was this so important to put it together like this, to where it was an all-in-one thing?
Yeah, I think, when I started it, the reason I said earlier was my brother, but it also was, you know what, Zach, I was very successful in corporate America, helping companies grow, and I just really never felt professionally fulfilled. And it was important for me that, in this second half of my life, that I give back in a way. I mean, there's so many mistakes I've made, both personally and professionally. And, I didn't want to be remembered for a guy that was in corporate America. What was I doing? And so we started Auxilia. And then when I met two of my partners, Aaron Gray and Ayanna Rutherford, a long time ago, actually, I asked them to join the company. As former executive directors, it really gave me a tremendous amount of insight on what Auxilia needed to be day one. And it really needed to be an all-inclusive, right? That's kind of like everyone, that was a trendy word back, way back when, all-inclusive, whatever. But we wanted to make it really simple. As I said, a lot of these nonprofit leaders, these executive directors, these development directors are so busy, have so much going on. It's very hard for them to learn the technology. It can be very complex. And so it was just really important that we tied all of it together in one simple place. Look, I want to do hats off to Aaron Gray and Ayanna Rutherford. I also want to give major props to Jessica Jacobson and Amanda Farinelli. These four individuals drive me every day. They are the reason Auxilia exists. They are what makes the company go. The culture that has been created here with our employees in the Denver community and elsewhere in San Juan, Puerto Rico has been nothing short of spectacular. And, you know, what they've created, the software you just showed, I mean, that's all of them. You know, I sometimes get all the accolades, but frankly, I shouldn't get any. That should be those four individuals specifically. Something that resonated with me, I met a woman about 4 weeks ago. Her name is Jean Troy, and she's a consultant out of Pennsylvania. Just a spectacular individual. I didn't know her previous, and she's been in the nonprofit space, Zach, for 27 years. I told her, like, did you start when you were 6? But at the end of the day, you know, she has been a huge proponent of an advocate of Auxilia, and it has really been touching to me because, again, I won't name names, but she's used about 15 to 20 other software platforms in this space, and she's like, look, somebody asked me, you know, I thought so-and-so was the gold standard. She's like, no. Like, I know Auxilia is newer, and it hasn't been around for 25 years, but they're the gold standard. I've used every platform, and I've not met a team that is supporting nonprofits the way Auxilia is. So it's not just software, and that's what I would want your viewers and listeners to understand. It is an experience. It's here's software, but guess what? We're going to show you how to use it properly. We're going to be by your side every step of the way, and you get this team behind you. Yep. And I'll leave you with this, my friend. Our clients that are using our fundraising strategy team as well as our software are seeing on average a mid 20% increase in donations. That's not one or two, Zach. That's our client base, and that's something that we are beyond proud of. It has exceeded our every wildest imagination, and I couldn't be more proud.
Well, you know, we're going to have to cut this short here pretty soon. But once again, I know that you're a very busy man. But I just wanted to show this to everybody. You know, this right here is auxilia.com, and it's the auxilia.com on the interweb thingy. And all you got to do is you go here, you can meet the team. Here's the great team that you've been talking about, just great people. I've had a conversation, I believe, with everybody. And more. Your assistant is a fantastic person, by the way. I love her hair. She's we keep talking about that, but your team is great. Everybody around you is great. And one of the things that I truly believe, and this is something that I've been telling, you know, quite a bit of people about lately, is that, you know, if you think that you know what you're good at. Okay, you know what you are a quote unquote professional at. And if you think that you can manage it all, well, then you're kind of not a professional at anything. Auxilia makes it easier to be more professional at a lot of things because it's all tied in together. So it makes it so much easier to work for getting out emails to people, thank you letters to people, making sure that all the money's coming in that you're expecting, making sure it's going to the places where it needs to go, and make sure your team is working with the people that they need to work with. Steve, who are you looking for most? Who is your prime clientele? Who do you want to see most?
Yeah, you know what? I would answer the question this way. Small and mid-sized community-driven nonprofits. I think what the Red Cross and the United Way and all those folks are doing are absolutely spectacular. You know, a lot of times the small nonprofit is forgotten. And, you know, I'm here and my team, we are all here to help support them. You know, you remember the fires here in Colorado not too long ago over the holidays, how awful that was. You know how many small nonprofits stood up and took care of people, shelters, food pantries, things of that nature. And by the way, a lot of large organizations as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
I'm not taking anything away from that, but it's critical. They need donations. They're on the street, like they're on the street, feet on the street every day, all day. They're not just there when a disaster hits. They're there every day, all day, and I want to support them with my team. I couldn't be more blessed to be here and more excited. Listen, brother, I appreciate everything that you're doing. I'm better for knowing you. And I know you say I'm busy. I am, but I'm not too busy to help another nonprofit out. We're committed to doing everything we can do, and I love what we're doing.
I absolutely agree with you, and I thank you so very much. One of the thing about the small to medium nonprofits that we love the most is the ones that are out there, feet on the ground, the ones that are out there handing out the sandwiches and the blankets and everything right there. It's not employees, it's the founders of these organizations that are out there, because we don't have time to go and hire, we don't have the resources to hire people to go do that stuff. We're the ones who are out there actually trying to meet people and do the good things, and that's one of the great things about the small to medium nonprofits. Steve, how do people get a hold of you, sir?
Yeah, absolutely. So, they're on your screen. You certainly can go to www.auxilia.com. Listen, you can reach me at spalek, so my first initial S, Palek, Palek, at theauxilia.com as well. I will respond to everything. Look, in a world that needs a bunch of kindness right now, we've got a war going on, we've got a lot of bad things going on. We've got the infamous slap at the Oscars, my friend, right? All jokes aside, you're not going to find a more friendly, kind group. I'm so proud to lead my family here of employees. They are all family. We just are committed to helping nonprofits grow, and we will grind every day to make sure we do.
Auxilia is a forever gold family. They're going to be with us they're with us now. They're going to be with us as long as this company is alive. And we absolutely love Auxilia. We use Auxilia. This is one of the things that you guys have helped us do many different things, and I appreciate your partnership. And it is a full partnership. But you just remember, and this is to all the nonprofits out there, if you guys need help keeping organized, this is the man to get a hold of. His team, Ayana, Jessica, Amanda, all of them. They're beautiful people. Everybody's so easy to work with. So just make sure that you reach out to them. If you need to get a hold of them, that can always also be found on our webpage, communitypayitforward.us. Just type in Auxilia and you'll find them. So Mr. Palek, I appreciate it. Long time coming. Finally got this done. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Zach. We'll do it again soon. Take care.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a great one.
Thanks, brother.
Hey everybody, well, as you guys can see, things got a little bit confusing today. We did lose Brian Roush to electrical problems, and so we had to make a little bit of a change. It's called thinking on your feet. Well, in this case, it's thinking on my butt, but we went on ahead and played a couple great interviews that, well, I don't know if they were great. They were great interviews by the guests, for sure. But we met Sandy Abate and Steve from Auxilia. Just once again, just great friends, great partners, and we're so blessed to have them. We also had a brand new partner, Susan Yalensky, Yalowski, sorry, from Sweet Sheets, who joined us earlier today, and we're very proud to have her as well. So we are done for the day. We're going to shut this down a few minutes early. You know me, it's either going to be a few minutes early, a few minutes late, one of the two. But once again, I did want to go on ahead and bring up that we are starting our brand new event, Rediscover the Happy Place. We need your help. Okay. If you know anything about mental disabilities, if there is anything that you guys have experienced, if you work in an area where treatment is offered, if you have ideas on what people go through, you know, we need to talk to you. We want to talk to you, and we want you to be part of the whole program. The money that we raise on this event, and you can donate from our little fella here, our little QR code. You can purchase a brick. We're going to build a memory wall, and that memory wall is just going to keep building when it comes to yes, that's correct. When that memory wall is just going to keep building until we don't have to build it anymore. But every time that you donate, it's going to go to help us build the stand-up centers. Our stand-up centers are, it is a program that we're starting right here in Northern Colorado. And it's going to be a program of second chance and hope. This is really going to try to help people out, do everything that they need to do. From free clothing to free furniture, which we already do. We already offer, to free housewares, toys, school supplies. Once again, we already do this, but we're going to also be talking to different organizations that offer health care. Try to work on what military stand downs are. Try to help with some resumes. Try to help with computer labs. Try to help with many different things. And we're going to do this all with the aim of community health, community togetherness. This is going to be a real system of for the community, by the community, for the better of the community. People are going to donate to us. We're going to give it away for free. It doesn't, they're not our items. We don't want to sell them. We're not going to try to make money from them. We feel that it's better just to take and move it along. Doing this, however, we will need your help. That's where the memory wall is going to come in. It's going to help us build the program up. It's going to help us create the program, and it's going to help us keep going. So we have a long way to go. We can't do anything until we raise our first $5,000. So right now, that's the main goal. We're looking at about $750,000 to get through the first 6 months. So we need your help. Please help us build these bricks. Help us build this mission. Let's talk about mental illness. Let's start the conversation. Again, if we don't start the conversation, we cannot end the conversation. This conversation can only end when we have a solution, when we have a way to stop all these suicides, all this violence, all this chaos that we're all living in right now. You can do your part by donating, but you can also do your own part by simply taking in a deep breath next time somebody annoys you. Let's take in a deep breath. Let's remember, people can say things that we don't like that doesn't affect our life in one iota. Let's make sure that we take care of each other, because you know what? We're all one giant happy family. There's only one race of people, and that's the human race. Let's make sure that we take care of other people out there, because you know what? And the truth is if you're not helping someone, you're hurting us all. So, this being said, Please love somebody out there because somebody out here loves you. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on pACT. We're going to try to rehook with Brian Roush, and we're hopefully going to get his electricity figured out and get him back on. They're having some power problems. Again, I don't know if it has to do with the sun flares or what it was, but ever since those sun flares, everything's been a little bit hokey. So, but we're going to continue to work on this and bring you all of our wonderful partners. Remember my buddy here, the QR code. Please scan him. Buy your brick. Make a donation for whatever you can. Let's get the stand-up buildings built. Let's get the stand-up program going. This is going to be a program that's really going to help people stand up on their own and get back to get them a second chance that is most desperately needed. Get them a chance, get them the opportunity for hope, something that a lot of them have lost, a lot of hope. So let's make sure that we try to do our best to bring them these things, because they're vital for life, you know. All of these things are simple needs that, you know, every single one of us needs to have a little bit of hope, to have a second chance. Before I end this, I am going to go on ahead and share this with you. This is a little program I put together, and please excuse the audio. I'm going to be redoing the audio, but this is a little information about what the stand-up centers do look like. So this is a very quick video. It's only about 1.5 minutes long, but then we'll be closing down the show. So please enjoy this. This is about the stand-up centers, and we'll be right back.
Community Dare to Care and our wonderful partners would like to share with you our plans for the Community Dare to Care stand-up centers. A physical location for hope, a physical location for chance. We will offer housewares, clothing, furniture, outreach, friendship, and so much more, which are services we already offer. But now we're looking to add other services like computer training, 6-hour computers for online employment, food services, self-care facilities, bike, tent, air mattress repair, medical and dental, and other services from the community to the community for the better of the community, helping families who need assistance or people looking to better their situations and just need a chance without judgment or commitment required. While some of these items are now available, with your help, this facility can start here in Northern Colorado and soon be a mainstay for communities everywhere, allowing people the helping hand they need, giving them a second chance they never had until now. But this can only be accomplished with your help. We need you. Find our campaign on Indiegogo or donate directly to us. Your donation can help us take our first step. Look for us, Community Pay It Forward, on Indiegogo or on our website for our job form. Please help us by donating today, because nothing can happen before we raise the first $5,000. Community Pay It Forward would like to remind you, no one needs to go it alone when we all come together.
Stepping out of her fear. Bring me home. Out of know. Show me the way. Wanna be a part of Sunset Boulevard.